It's the climate cause. Hello and welcome to the Climate Cause podcast. I'm Maddy Rez, a human being on the planet Earth, and I'm looking around right now and thinking, how do we achieve all that needs to be achieved to beat the climate crisis in such a short matter of time? And how do we make sure we do it right in face of world's social, economic, and environmental disparities? Luckily, while at the University of Oregon, I studied environmental studies and public policy and feel fortunate to have discovered a key and necessary tool and strategy to help get us there. Through collaborating and diversifying our solutions, we will be able to not only rectify, but build a stronger, more resilient, and socially just world. And a great thing we already have in our corner to make this dream, this necessary dream, a reality, are the countless amount of individuals who are passionate, smart, and working in climate-related fields today. And they all share a common cause. And that cause is recalibrating our built world to address the multitude of issues going on, such as climate change, social inequity, resource depletion, and maybe even economic hardship, to name a few. I have to say, if I've learned one thing, and my guests will support this notion, all of these issues going on are connected. And so we need to bring about solutions that are not only brought about through collaboration and bringing diverse approaches to the table, but also accepting that we will have diverse solutions and that a built world that is just, equitable, and environmentally conscious, and let's even go as far as carbon neutral, as in having very limited as to no impact on the natural world around us. Because that natural world around us is so important and is our lifeline. If we are able to recalibrate our world, we will be able to connect these dots together and create a stronger world for us all. So we each have a role in this. What am I doing about it? I'll let you know. I'm making a podcast. For those of you who know me personally, you know I love to chat. For those of you who may know me professionally, I've been passionate about environmental science and I've been passionate about solutions for a really long time. So I'm going to be interviewing some of the individuals that I've met through my journey and who I'm meeting through these individuals. This podcast will bring light to the different ways that humans are looking at and doing something about climate change by changing the systems that we live in for the better. During this production, my guests will be asked 2 questions. The first, I'll ask them how they personally connect to the dots between climate action, climate adaptation, and climate resilience as an opportunity for improving society for the better. What I want my audience to be able to gain is perhaps a new perspective on climate change, or perhaps a positive approach, a new way of thinking about this issue we have at hand. Or maybe even just putting themselves in the shoes of another's experience for a second. That can be incredibly transformative and is extremely foundational to creating a collaborative and diverse world. The second question I'm going to ask is, what is a tool that my guest knows true? And why do they believe that this tool is key and very important in establishing a bright climate future? A bright future for us all. Let's go as far as to say that. So these 2 questions, first asking how the guest connects to the climate movement. You know, we're all humans on this planet. We all have experiences with the world around us. How is that shaped into our connection, our drive to not only conserve and preserve the natural world and the environment that we have, but to do that for ourselves, for humanity, for future generations. I think it's really interesting to explore that with my guests. And then secondly, I want to bring about this piece of collaboration and diversification where people are aware of the different ways to do things that work for different people so that we can push our solutions even further, offer them to communities and people and individuals who are making changes in their own areas, so we can have more collaboration and more common understanding as we move forward in creating this large solution for this very large problem that we're having. And I also just think it's cool to listen about how humans can have such an impact. I mean, we already know they have a big impact on the environment for the worse. So let's think about the ways we can use things that are innately human and creative, and built upon the knowledge that we have to create a better world using these tools and using that more light, positive, aspirational aspect of who we are as people. So I just think it's super interesting having having solutions, and why we feel we are those ones to wear those solution hats. So I'm very excited about this series. And if you've listened this far, I first want to say thank you for being curious. Thank you for joining me as I go on my own journey of exploring this question of how do we achieve all that needs to be achieved and how do we do it right. So this production has been made with a lot of love. This series is also brought to you in partnership with the Ecological Design Network. The Ecological Design Network utilizes regenerative resource management to design and develop natural production systems for combating the most pressing climate problems. Working with individuals, communities, and commercial sectors, they have a design package ready for anyone who's looking to create positive change. To learn more about the difference they can help you make, visit www.ecologicaldesignnetwork.com. Once again, thank you so much for listening this far and joining me for the rest of this series as I interview some of the most unique, smart, authentic, passionate people that I've ever met. Thanks for joining us and listening in on future episodes. And I hope that, with everything going on in the world today, you get a chance to take a deep breath and acknowledge that, it feels like a lot of stress is on our plate, and I can definitely feel that stress too, but I also know in my heart that if we as humans know one thing, we can do it together, and we have innately the resources and tools that we need. So take a little time to smile today, maybe watch a YouTube video, and I want this to be super casual, so follow me on social media. I have an Instagram and a Twitter for this. It's The Climate Cause with an underscore under each. So at @the_climate_cause. Those will be the social medias you can follow. You'll also be able to find us wherever you stream your podcasts. But interact with me online, or also we'll have a website that will be linked in the show notes. And interact with me. My username at Maddy Rez, MADDYREZZZ, 3 Z's, baby. So you can message me. I want this to be collaborative, and I want this to occupy diverse perspectives and approaches, and celebrate how we are so unique and special. But to come together as a human race, we can really do this thing, and we can really create that world we want to see. But we're only going to do it if we do it together, and we do it with our best dreams at mind. So yeah, there you go. Episode 1 and done, and many more to come. So thanks for joining us for The Climate Cause, and see you soon.